those who argue that the anonymity provided by the masks are a vital part of the processions. However, this tradition can still be maintained without the use of the capirote. Within the brotherhoods or cofradias, there are the cross-bearers who still wear the face coverings without the capirote, showing they can preserve the tradition without provoking the controversial symbolism perpetuated by the capirote. The capirotes also have practical drawbacks. The pointed hoods can make it difficult for penitents to see where they are going, increasing the risk of accidents or collisions during the crowded processions. They can also be uncomfortable to wear for long periods of time, particularly in the hot Spanish sun. Lastly, there are concerns about the capirotes perpetuating harmful stereotypes and biases. The practice of wearing hoods to conceal one's identity has been associated with racist and extremist groups in other countries. While the Semana Santa processions may not have these connotations, it is important to consider how such symbols and practices can be interpreted by different individuals and communities. In conclusion, the capirotes of Sevilla may have historical and cultural significance, but they also have several significant drawbacks, from evoking painful memories to promoting de-individualization and perpetuating harmful stereotypes. There are many reasons to reconsider this practice. While change can be difficult, it is important to critically examine our traditions and practices to ensure they align with our values and promote the well-being of all members of our communities. In Sevilla, Spain, there is a tradition that has been passed down for generations. It is a tradition that is steeped in history and culture, but one that has come under great scrutiny in recent years. This tradition is the use of capirotes during Semana Santa. The capirotes are cone-shaped hoods that are worn by members of religious brotherhoods during the processions of Semana Santa. They have become a symbol of the event, but their history is not one that should be celebrated. The use of capirotes dates back to the 16th century when the Spanish Inquisition was in full swing. It was a time of great religious intolerance and persecution, and the capirotes were used to identify those who had been accused of heresy or were otherwise deemed to be outcasts by the church. The capirotes were designed to be uncomfortable, with the pointed hoods limiting the penitent's vision and restricting their movement, making their participation in the procession a physical and spiritual challenge. Over time, the capirotes became a symbol of penance and humility, and their use was spread throughout Spain and other Catholic countries. In Sevilla, the capirotes were adopted by the various brotherhoods or cofradias that organized the Holy Week processions, and each cofradia developed its own distinctive style of capirotes. Although the use of capirotes has evolved, their roots remain the same. They are a symbol of religious exclusivity and intolerance, and they should have no place in modern society. While some argue that the capirotes add to the solemnity and mystique of the event, there are several compelling reasons why they should be reconsidered. First and foremost, the capirotes have long been associated with the Spanish Inquisition, a dark period in the country's history marked by religious persecution and intolerance. The hooded figures in the Semana Santa processions can evoke this painful past, causing discomfort and unease for many people. Furthermore, the capirotes are a symbol of anonymity and de-individualization. When individuals don the hoods, they become part of a faceless mass, losing their unique identities and becoming interchangeable with one another. This can reinforce a dangerous mob mentality where people feel emboldened to act in ways they might not otherwise. There are those who argue that the anonymity provided by the masks are a vital part of the processions. However, this tradition can still be maintained without the use of the capirote. Within the brotherhoods or cofradías, there are the cross-bearers who still wear the face coverings without the capirote, showing they can preserve the tradition without provoking the controversial symbolism perpetuated by the capirote.